Hello everyone, I'm Brazen Eagle and thank you for joining me here. So, as you might have heard, or you can tell from the article that we have based here today, there were several planned attacks at 3 churches and 4 hotels on Easter Day 2019 in the country of Sri Lanka, formerly known as Ceylon. So far, at the time of this article on screen, there were more than 200 confirmed dead, 207, but by the time I'm recording this, there have been up to 215 individuals killed, with at least another 150 injured. So, let's get some facts here to start off. You might be asking, who did this? Well, according to several of my sources, which actually I have linked below in the description, some of the attackers were suicide bombers. Actually, most of them were. What religion uses suicide bombers to do the most damage, especially within recent history? 2 of the bombers have been identified, though, as Zahran Hashim and Abu Muhammad. Now, let's put on our thinking caps and ask ourselves this. What religion uses the name Muhammad? Is it Shinto Buddhists? No. So basically, the religion of peace strikes once again. To give some background knowledge on the country of Sri Lanka, it is I would say, major island off the coast of India near the southern tip. The country of Sri Lanka, though, went through a 26-year civil war between the Sri Lanka Armed Forces and the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam that ended in 2009 with the Sri Lanka Armed Forces victorious. And obviously, it says, that from this article, the civil war ended 10 years ago. The armed forces were mostly Buddhists, while the Tigers were mainly Muslims. According to the 2012 census, which actually is here, out of the total population of 22 million, 70% were Buddhist, 12.6% were Hindu, 9.7% Muslim, and 7.6% Christian, with the majority of the Christians being Catholic. And from this attack, we can obviously see that Christians, of course mostly Catholics, were targeted. So on April 11th, 10 days before this actually happened, the government of Sri Lanka received information that the National Tawheed Jama'ath organization, a radical Muslim group within Sri Lanka, was planning out suicide attacks which targeted churches, yet nothing was done. And a total of 13 arrests have been made, who are all Sri Lankans apparently. Obviously this has affected many people, but people from other countries such as the United Kingdom, of maybe who had dual U.S. citizenship, 3 Indians, 3 Danes, 2 Turks, 1 Portuguese person, as well as Chinese and Dutch as well. Regardless of prior information to this specific Easter horror, this is just another attack done by Muslims. Let's be real here. Yes, there are some Muslims that can be absolutely great people. However, as I stated in the Christchurch shooting video, as a group, they have shown themselves to be beyond dangerous. The rapes, murders, and collective destruction that they inflict on others as a group, whether it is against atheists, Christians, Buddhists, you name it, is astounding. Link to the Wikipedia page to Islamic terrorist attacks is below. In 2018, did you know 875 Catholic churches in France were vandalized? Wow. In the past few decades, we've had hundreds, if not thousands, of girls, specifically in the UK, but also in Sweden and the Netherlands, who were raped by grooming gangs. And that still continues to this day. In 2017, of course, we had the United Kingdom London Bridge attack where Muslims ran over and stabbed civilians. Those are just some incidents that this religion of peace continues to push, that their individuals keep doing. You could go on and on about the number of attacks that Muslims commit, and yet we tolerate our destruction. But how do you respond to attacks like this when you definitely have a group of people that do this constantly? Attacks, killings, murders, rapes, stuff like this. The one thing that'll get people to stop doing this is that you have to find the group committing these actions and inflict as much pain as possible on those communities. only when the pain inflicted on them is too great for them to bear, and they begin to beg for mercy from you, is when you maybe stop. Otherwise, much like a child's behavior, you will continue to get pestered and attacked by these people. We are merely tolerating our own destruction, and we are doing nothing to stop it. Now, will anyone do anything about this specific attack? Probably not. And at this time, there will not be another Deus Vult, or another crusade. We are not united or strong enough. In time, maybe, perhaps, but unfortunately, the odds of our civilization realizing that Muslims are a threat to us, they want to kill us, before it is too late, is slim. The chance of us uniting and beating back these people and, pushing them out of our countries is slim. Extremely slim. There are so many other obstacles in the way before we can purify our societies of these people. And before we go on with purify, what I really meant was cleanse our society of these types of people. Yes, there are some good Muslims, like I said before, but as a group, they are just too dangerous to have in your country. As of the moment, the attacks and crimes committed by Muslims are below the threshold of action needed to be taken. I'm going to say that again because that could be a little confusing. As of the moment, the attacks and crimes committed by Muslims are below the threshold of action needed to be taken. Of course, in other words, as long as the pain of inaction is below the pain of action, there will be no repercussions. We are too comfortable, even with attacks, rapes, killings. We are still, at this time, in Western civilization, too comfortable in our current position. And because of that, we will continue to suffer attacks on us as we let the Muslims overtake us. Unfortunately, with that in mind, thank you very much for watching. I'm, of course, Brazen Eagle, and I hope you have a great day.